Hello everyone, this is Yamanto. It's my very first video in YouTube. I brought to you a very interesting part of the chapter Quadratic Equation for class 10 mathematics, and that is solution of a quadratic equation using factoring method. Hope it will be useful for the students, especially in this lockdown period. So my dear students, we are going to learn how to solve a quadratic equation by factoring method. Now before it, we should know what is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is an equation which contains variable with highest power 2. The variable in a quadratic equation contains highest power 2. That is, one term of a quadratic equation must be squared. I write it in sentence, that is, at least one term in a quadratic equation is squared. Okay, the standard or the general form. The standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here a and b are known as coefficients and c is the constant and x is the variable. We see here the highest power or the degree is 2. Therefore this type of equation is known as quadratic equation. And one condition is there that a cannot be equal to 0. If it is 0, then this ax square term will vanish. Then the remaining part, that is bx plus c is equal to 0, will just be a linear equation and not a quadratic equation. Example, twice x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. Here a is 2 and minus 7 is the b and 3 is the c. A is 2, b is minus 7 and c is plus 3. Okay. Now we have to solve the equation. Solving an equation basically means to find out the values of x which will fulfill the equation. These values are also known as the roots of the equation. Okay. Now to solve the equation, we write equation twice x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now our main task is to multiply this a into c. We again write the standard form x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This a and c is multiplied and the factors of ac are used to get b. Okay, let us illustrate it through the example. Here a is 2 and b is minus 7 and c is 3. Therefore a into c is 6. Now from the pairs, particular one pair of factor of 6 can give us minus 7. Okay. Now what are the factors of 6? 2 and 3 and 6 and 1. Okay, using this 2 and 3 we can have plus 5 minus 5 by simple addition, and we can have minus 1 and plus 1 by simple subtraction, and therefore this pair cannot be used in this case. Okay, now see, 6 and 1 can be used. 6 plus 1 is 7, but here since negative sign is there, minus 7, therefore we have to use negative addition. Minus 6 minus 1 is equal to minus 7. Okay, and then the equation becomes twice x square minus 6x minus x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now what we can have, we can take twice x common from this twice x square and 6x to get twice x into x twice x square minus 3, and we can take one common from x and 3 to get minus 1 to x, and this minus into minus plus x minus 3 is equal to 0, and then we can write this x minus 3 in one time by taking common x minus 3 twice x minus 1 equal to 0. Now what we can have, x minus 3 is equal to 0, and twice x minus 1 is equal to 0. We can write it like this. Now this x minus 3, while when we transfer this minus 3 to the right hand side, the sign becomes opposite, that is plus 3. And similarly in this case also twice x is equal to plus 1. And from this, since 2 is multiplied with x, therefore when it transferred to the right hand side, it is divided by 1, that is x is equal to 1 by 2 half. Therefore we get the values of x, 3 and half. These are the two values or the roots of the equation.